Well, all right. Good morning, Santa Clarita. Welcome in. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi, and I lead School's Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson. And if you've listened before, you know our show, Eye on the Valley, is brought to you by SCVi and I Lead Charter Schools. We're a network of charter schools with campuses in Castaic, Agua Dulce, Lancaster. We've got a fully accredited online school. That's right, K through 12 online. We've got a burgeoning homeschool program as well, I Lead Exploration. For more information on any of our campuses, virtual campuses or classroom-based, you can visit us at ileadschools.org. You can check out each one of our schools, and you know, it's that time of year where folks are making those decisions as to where their kids are going to be going to school next year. You can click the Enroll Now button and sign up to enroll. We've got spots open at I believe most of our schools, but they are filling up quickly. So yeah, again, check us out at ileadschools.org. So that's right, here at Eye on the Valley, we've got our eye on education in Santa Clarita and across the nation. But like the show says, we keep our eye on the Valley as well, bringing you everything that you need to know about what's what here in the Valley. And we try to bring a little smile on your face, have a little bit of fun, and help you cruise into the weekend with a smile on your face and a spring in your step. You know, speaking about heading off to the weekend, it's warming up out there. Summer is coming. The weekend's going to be nice, though. I don't think it's going to get too hot this weekend, but going into next week, it's going to get warm. So take advantage of the beautiful weekend out there while you can. But not yet. Wait, not yet. We've got a show for you. You got to relax and enjoy the show with us. The weekend's not here yet. Like I said, we've got a great show for you. So go ahead and pour yourself that second cup of coffee, or, you know, rip that muffin top off, and relax and let's greet the weekend together. In just a minute, you're going to be hearing about an amazing project that the seniors at SCVi have participated in recently. We've actually got a handful of seniors that are going to be joining us in just a minute or so, and I actually got to collaborate with them on this project. It was really cool, extremely impressive. So we'll be talking to some of those students as well as their senior advisor soon. And then next hour, we will be talking with Kevin McDonald and Elizabeth Hopp from the Santa Clarita Senior Center. I believe they'll be coming in studio. They've got a really cool event coming up themselves that you might be able to attend. It's one of my favorite events in the community each year, and they're doing great things over at the center. And, well, then, yes, we're going to wrap the show the same way we always do. Send you off to your weekend with a little bit of fun, some chuckles. Big T will be here with trivia, so that's always enjoyable. So stick around. Why don't you enjoy a couple of hours with us? It is going to be a great show. You know, in 2008, SCVi Charter School was founded as Santa Clarita's first classroom-based charter school. And for those of you that don't know, charter does mean public. People often ask me, you know, what's the tuition at your school? No. It is a public school, just like any other. But I think you'll find that SCVi is like no other. They started that first year with kindergarten through fourth grade as well as seventh, and then grew from there to a completely comprehensive TK through 12 school. And in 2014, their very first senior class graduated. And since then, spring semester at SCVi has always been so incredibly unique and exciting. SCVi has always done an amazing job honoring, celebrating, and yes, challenging their seniors to make sure that they get the most out of their final year in school. And one of my favorite events at the school is always the senior portfolio defenses. I had the pleasure to sit on a couple of the panels of evaluators this year, and as I usually am, I was again absolutely blown away by the ilk of some of our seniors. They're just amazing. So joining me this morning is their advisor, the senior advisor, IB coordinator, and English facilitator, Cheryl Senna, along with graduating seniors, Julian Bates-Harris, Emily Berrigan, Alyssa Jimenez, Sam Wachter, and Marcus Doyle. Welcome to Eye on the Valley, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, everybody. So thank you so much for joining us. I know y'all had to get up and get to school early this morning for this phone call, but I wanted to start with the learners. So let's just give our listeners a little bit of context so you guys can take turns and kind of nod at each other. Let's start by telling us your name. I know I announced y'all, but tell us your name and tell us how long you all have been at SCVi.
All right, I'll go first. My name is Marcus Doyle, and I have been attending SCVi for 13 years.
Wow, since kindergarten.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Marcus.
I'll go next. My name is Julian Bates Harris. I've been attending SCVi for 4 years.
Good to have you, Julian.
My name is Sam Walker, and I've been attending SCVi for 13 years as well, so since kindergarten.
Wow.
My name is Emily Berrigan, and like Marcus and Sam, I have been attending since kindergarten as well. Hello, I'm Alyssa Jimenez, and I've been at SCVi for 11 years, so since second grade.
Wow, so you're relatively new, right, Alyssa?
Oh, yeah.
No, you guys know how unique it is to be able to go to the same school for such a long time. Julian, I know your experience is actually a little bit more typical, right? You changed school for high school and you attended for 4 years. But Alyssa, I know you've been there almost all your life, but Marcus and Sam and Emily, you've attended the same school your entire life. Now, I know that you don't have the perspective of attending another school, but what's that been like to be able to go through the same school your entire career?
It's been a really unique experience. I mean, our school is really small, so we were able to form a really good sense of community, and having that community all throughout your entire elementary school and middle school and high school experiences has been very beneficial.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll go next. I feel like since this school is so big on collaboration, it's been really awesome to do that from kindergarten till now. I've got to collaborate with a lot of different people, a lot of different types of people. So I feel like in that aspect, in the social aspect, it's been really good as well.
And then how many of you had siblings, whether older or younger, that attended with you? What was that like to be able to have either older or younger siblings be at the same school with you?
Yeah, so I had two older siblings also attend SCVi. They both graduated, one with the class of 2016 and one with the class of 2019. And for me, it was a great experience. I had my siblings on campus with me, and it really created that much more of like a family community and a family feeling throughout the school. I had teachers who knew my siblings, who already knew my family. So it just kind of enhanced the school for me as well.
Well, that is fantastic. And so knowing that most of you have been at SCVi for most of your lives, this might be a difficult question to answer. I wanted to ask you what makes SCVi different from a traditional district high school. But if you've never been to a traditional district high school, well, I guess you've got friends that attend, and so you're familiar with that experience. What do you guys think makes your school either different or unique?
Well, I actually have a brother who attends Castaic High. He's going to
Okay.
be a senior next year. And, we talk about our experiences at our different high schools all the time. And I think with our school, why it's so different and why it's so special is because we really learn how to use our abilities in the real world. That's kind of what we focus on during all of high school, especially senior year with our senior capstone projects. We take this and we try to collaborate together and take that, how we're going to use our abilities in the real world when it comes to college, anything you're going to do, future job. So that's why I really think it's so special. I learned a lot of speaking skills, how to be a leader, and really how to work with people.
Wow, that's awesome. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think that because of how small the school is, I think that you really do get to form a real connection with a lot of your teachers, more so than you would at a public school or a traditional district school. And I think that in times where you're doing things with the arts and humanities, that can be very, very, very beneficial to you because you can really get your opinions out to someone who you feel like you really know.
That's a really interesting point. I think I'm trying to get to learn your guys' voices. Was that Julian that answered?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good point because you guys only have, I think, a couple of hundred other learners in the high school with you. So it does develop a small community where you can build those relationships. What about you, Cheryl? From the perspective of, well, gosh, you've got several perspectives because you've had kids that have graduated from our school. From the perspective of a staff member, from the perspective of a parent, what do you feel makes SCVi unique?
Well, I've worked at traditional schools, district schools, and I'm also, as you said, a parent of two graduates, one from 2018 and one last year from 2021 at really formidable colleges on the East Coast, Berkeley and NYU. My daughter just graduated from NYU last week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The difference is I believe that SCVi empowers its educators to problem solve and create curriculum that, along with the learners, like the learners are part of this equation, and we are encouraged to focus. We've been doing social emotional learning, which became a buzzword during COVID at every school across the nation. We've been doing it since 2008 when I began facilitating at the school. We see our teachers as facilitators in a partnership with our learners so that there is more seamless integration of ideas. We take their interest in heart. We're always changing what we're like. When I get a project in my head, what I want to do, I change it. I don't have a fixed end point other than this is the driving question. And if they come up with ideas, I'm willing to follow them down that path.
That is really cool to allow to put the education in the end user's hands, right? The students' hands. Cheryl, it is really impressive, and I've already touched on it a couple times that 3 of the 5 young people sitting there with you this morning have been at SCVi for 13 years, but you've got them beat by a year, haven't you? I think you're the only person on campus.
A year and a half.
Okay, you're the only person that's been on campus longer than Marcus, Sam, and Emily. You've been there since the founding year and have been instrumental in developing a lot of these special capstone events for our seniors that you've mentioned. So can you give me a quick, like a rapid fire brief description of each, just so that our listeners can kind of get an idea of how special senior year at SCVi is? And seniors, I want you to pay attention because afterwards I'm going to ask you which one is your favorite or which one you're looking forward to most. So I think y'all start the year with Senior Sunrise, right?
We start with Senior Sunrise, in which we used to go to Castaic Lake. This year we went to the bridge over, what's that park called?
Oh, Ironhurst Bridge? Okay.
And then we take them and we go out for breakfast, and they write a letter to their self in May, which they will get in at sunset when we do that next week. And then of course we have very traditional activities like the prom and other formals throughout the year. But it really becomes, we take a different path with the senior defense, and I prepare them for that. Well, they prepared their whole career here because our learners have created basically a portfolio of their work since they were in kindergarten. Like every one of these learners have been pulling out their best work and reflecting on it and their most challenging work since they were in kindergarten every year. They do learner-led conferences. We do not do parent-teacher conferences where the learner explains their goals and what they're doing to meet their goals, their best work, their most challenging work, and to their parents. And then at the end of the year, they do a learner showcase in which, again, they pick out their best work of the year, the most challenging work, and then their biggest takeaway from the year. So back up until 11th grade. And in 12th grade, we just basically, we take that up a notch. They're all enrolled in a class called Senior Capstone, in which we take them through writing their resumes, looking for colleges, writing college letters. We help them out with that and how to do that best. Trade schools, we look at interesting jobs. We have people come in and talk to them about jobs. Of course, for the past 3 years, we haven't been able to have people come in, so we've looked at Road Trip Nation the last few years.
Okay.
And then they're supposed to interview someone in a career that they're interested in. And in the spring, they usually do an internship. And again, we were in the middle of a surge during that time, so we had them intern on campus, or if they found someone they knew on their own, they could intern outside of campus. Throughout the year, I have them, I help them learn how to dissect their work in a way in which they can explain the skills they're learning every step of the way. And last week and this week, yesterday we just finished our senior defense project.
And I
They
want to
have to
get into
defend
that
graduating.
I want to get into the senior defenses in just a few minutes. I want to make sure
Mhm.
that we hit all the different like
Mhm.
really fun events so you mentioned the senior sunrise. You have senior sunset that's coming up next week where they're going to get those letters that they wrote to themselves
Mhm.
back in the fall. I know you guys
And
just
they
did
write.
a senior retreat, correct?
We just went on a senior retreat, and that's my favorite event we do at our school. We take them up to Big Bear, and we have them. We focus on who they are as people, and their career, who they are as a learner in their career,
Wow.
and then we have a company called SOAR come in, and they basically do high ropes challenges, but with an SEL twist. And so
So that's
each one
social
of the
emotional
learners
learning.
had to focus on what they want to let go and what they want to jump into, what they want to leave behind and what jump into. And then their parents and family members write them all a letter. They don't know about the letters, and our facilitators or their camp guides, we read that letter from one parent to each learner in front of their peers.
Oh, that is so cool. And then now I think this might be coming up tonight. You guys have grad night tonight?
We are on our way to grad bash. We're
Grad
going
bash.
to Universal Studios,
Okay.
grad bash, at 1 p.m. today till
Oh, wow.
2 a.m.
Wow, so that's exciting. That'll be fun. We mentioned senior defenses, and then there's also coming up here soon. You've got what you call the clap out. Can you explain what the clap out is?
Yes, we do a senior family breakfast, and we do a clap out. We also invite alumni back for that.
Oh, cool.
And so the learners will have a brief breakfast, and then we'll go into our Shakespeare Theater, and that is when the seniors are honored. Those who have earned awards will get awards. For example, we have learners who have been enrolled in IB and have taken IB exams, and they will get cords and medals for that, as well as the Golden State cords.
Okay.
And our athletes are honored at that time. And then following that, at 10 o'clock in the morning, every grade lines up.
So
in
everybody in the school,
quad.
kindergarten through, well, I guess 11th grade, right?
Yes, in a descending order from
Okay.
11th, 10th, 9th, all the way down to kindergarten. And they create a tunnel. And each of the graduates puts on their cap and gown, and they are clapped out of the school. And that's their last day of school.
Oh, that's so amazing. That's got to be so emotional. And then, of course, it all culminates with graduation, right?
Yes, on graduation is next Friday at 5 p.m. and at Higher Vision, and we have 65 graduates, I believe, or 67 graduates, and from SCVi, and we have 23 graduates from iLead Online. So 90 graduates in total will be. And remember, I'm an English teacher; my math isn't as
I don't think anybody's pressing you on it. So real quick for the
especially
learners.
this time of year, I'm lucky I know my name. 90 graduates will receive their diplomas. And our graduation is, to quote one of my favorite colleagues, Malika Donovan, yummy. It's the yummiest graduation in town because it's so personalized. Every graduate has the opportunity to speak at the graduation via senior testimonials. And then every senior gets the opportunity to audition to be a speaker.
Oh, okay. So like a keynote speech, but everybody gets some face time at their own graduations. That's amazing because your group is so small that you're able to do that. All right, so real rapid fire. I know seniors, you're all looking forward to graduation. So let's just take graduation off the table. Aside from that, which one of these capstone events, your senior events, did you either appreciate the most, or which one are you most excited about?
I'll go first. This is Marcus. I would say that the one I'm most excited about is tonight, Grad Bash. I've been looking forward to this all senior year. So, that's
heading out to Universal
mine.
Studios. Cool. Who's next?
This is Sam. I would say the event I appreciated the most would be the senior retreat. I think it was really nice. We'd like to do a lot of team bonding activities at this school, and that was a really nice way to kind of end the year and end our SCVi careers.
Cool. What about you, Alyssa?
I really like the senior retreat also. I really think I came over a lot of fears and I learned a lot about myself, so I really think it was beneficial.
Nice. How about you, Julian?
I absolutely think Grad Bash. I've been waiting for Grad Bash all year.
Definitely, and that's coming up in just a couple hours. So it's coming soon. Emily, what do you think?
As someone who's been here for many years and seen many clap outs, I'm definitely excited to take that step in like the SCVi tradition and do the clap out.
Oh, that's fun. That's right. You've participated in a bunch of those clap outs. Now, I noticed that none of you said that the senior defense was your favorite event. We've got to take a quick commercial, but maybe we'll find out why that one wasn't quite as fun as Grad Bash, but I do want to talk a lot about your senior defenses because they really were impressive to me. It's my favorite, and like I said, that's the event we're here to talk about. So I tell you what, let's take a quick break. We'll get to that. Miss Senna, before we go, if you had just one word to describe senior defenses, what would it be?
I think it's affirming. Affirming.
Okay, so we'll be right back to discuss the affirming senior defenses at SCVi with senior advisor Cheryl Senna and graduating seniors Julian, Emily, Alyssa, Sam, and Marcus. I'm Matt Watson, and this is SCVi, and I lead Schools Eye on the Valley. And you're listening to your hometown station, KHTS.
The ugly truth about vertigo, and it's not a tumor. Discover the 3 most common mistakes that must change to stop vertigo for good. Hi, I'm Dr. Thomas Pilecki, and WebMD chooses me as best chiropractor in functional medicine in Santa Clarita. Something to think about. So, when you're ready to get better, go to drpilecki.com. That's drpolucki.com to schedule your free consultation now.
Moms, dads, this is Carden Ellis, owner of Unipest. If your house has ants, spiders, or gophers, or you want a free orange oil termite inspection, you have to call Unipest Termite and Pest Control, Santa Clarita's only factory-certified orange oil pest control company. We specialize in organic, low-impact, and traditional pest control options that are all kid-friendly, pet-friendly, and affordable with no contracts, and we're SCV owned and operated. Call us at 661-BUG-7575 or visit unipest.com.
No words can describe the power of belonging to a group of close friends or being part of a family. Insight Treatment Center was founded more than 20 years ago to give teenagers a community of friends and family as they overcome issues like depression, anxiety, and trauma. The new Santa Clarita location is a COVID-secure environment where distance and good airflow are a priority. As a leader in providing intensive outpatient treatment to teenagers, Insight Treatment Center in Santa Clarita is here to help. Call 888-295-9995 or go online to insighttreatment.com.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, your host, and I love coffee so much. And you are listening to SCVi, and I lead Schools Eye on the Valley. I'm joined this morning by SCVi Charter Schools Senior Advisor, IB Coordinator, and English Facilitator, Cheryl Senna, along with her graduating seniors, Julian Bates-Harris, Emily Berrigan, Alyssa Jimenez, Sam Wachter, and Marcus Doyle. So we're here talking about, well, we talked before the break about a lot of the different really special events that SCVi does to highlight and to honor their graduating seniors. But the senior defense is about making them kind of prove it. Miss Senna, can you explain how senior defenses work?
Yes. So throughout the year, the seniors put together artifacts, and artifacts is their work. They pull out their best work, their most challenging work, and they have to basically break down what it is they had to do, what academics they had, and how well they excelled. But in the senior defense, we kick it up a notch. They pick one project or one assignment or activity, event they participate in and they have to prove how it showcases they are ready to enter the world that they're stepping into. So the driving question of the senior defense is, how am I ready for my next step in life? And I have them further define that. So some of them were, how am I ready to attend college, to study physics?
So it's a really personalized question. Okay, so yeah, how am I ready to study physics in college, or how am I ready to enlist in the military, what have you?
And then they have to connect the dots for a team of evaluators. I invite people from the community. I invite educators at our school. I invite other staff members, such as yourself from our organization, to come in, and as well as the college and career counselor and myself. We sit in every senior defense. And then the learner has to then take us through. It takes 10 minutes they're given 10 minutes to present. We ask them 5 minutes of follow-up questions. They go out into a waiting room, and we calibrate as a team their evaluation. There are 5 rubric indicators, what they know, how the evidence that they learned, their presentation skills, their reflection skills, as well as how they answered our questions. And we have to agree, every panel member has to agree on the score. And then we bring, and it's not really about the score, it's more about those particular rubric pieces so we can communicate to them where they are in their process. And we bring them back in, and we will let them know how well they did. And earlier I had said that this is an affirming process, and it wasn't until we did our first senior defenses in 2019 that I realized that this step is so important, and it was missing from my high school. I wish I had had it in my high school experience, because when I graduated, I had no idea if I was ready. I had no idea whether or not it didn't dawn on me. It was more like, oh my gosh, I'm graduating. What next? Even though I knew I was going to college, I knew I wanted to be a broadcast journalist. I knew all these questions that I had thought I had answered. When we give that feedback to the learners, many times the learners you can see the relief on their, like there's a sigh of relief, but then there's also recognition that, yeah, they are ready. You know, they get that, they get to hear that before they walk across the stage. I think that's very powerful.
So do you ever have anybody present where the panel determines, you know, we're not seeing it, we don't think you're ready?
Yep.
So what happens?
Yeah, this is where we differ from, again, a traditional education experience. Those learners who aren't ready have to redo it. And then they don't fail, but they have to redo it until they get it right. And what we let them know is what parts are missing, because it's not always the whole thing fails, right?
Right.
It might be, you know, maybe I just glossed over and didn't dive deeply enough into what I learned, the academics. They have to talk about the academics of their artifact. They have to talk about the steps that it took to get them to complete that artifact. So many times that's where they might fall short. And they also talk about I lead in SCVi's learner outcomes, college and career readiness, social emotional. I'm sorry, it's been a long 2 weeks.
That's okay, and there's 13 of them. But so let's kind of let our listeners kind of take a peek in on what we were seeing when we were evaluating these defenses. Seniors, I want to ask each of you a question specifically about your defenses. I know I was able to actually view some of yours, not all of yours. But Emily, let's start with you. During your defense, you really went for a deep dive on your own leadership. You really reflected on your own leadership characteristics. Can you tell us a little bit about how you've grown as a leader during your 13 years at SCVi and how that's prepared you for your next chapter?
Yeah, for sure. So SCVi definitely has instilled multiple leadership traits in me. I think we've always focused on social emotional learning, and that has helped me build confidence to become a leader. I've also kind of, with all the collaborative work we do at SCVi, it's allowed me to kind of realize how to be a leader in a group project, or in a group setting, but also how to realize when, a leadership role can also be kind of participating in group activities, kind of taking a step back and not trying to be the main person in charge, I guess. And they've also taught me how to apply those to my outside life, outside of school. I've become a leader in management in my workplace, and SCVi has definitely instilled those traits in me.
Emily, that's really profound, that a leader isn't always the person in front with the loudest voice, that a leader knows when to step back and lead from behind or from beside. That's really profound. Now, Marcus, I know you have developed a remarkable amount of talent over, over your entire life. You've been a professional actor and dancer for a decade now, and the artifact that you presented was a performance for IB Theater. I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked you at your presentation. How has your professional experience in entertainment, how did that influence your work in the International Baccalaureate Theater program at SCVi? And how has being in the IB Theater at SCVi affected your professional work?
Yeah. So, like you said, as being a professional actor for a decade, all the fundamentals of acting were there. So I would say that I feel like I went into IB Theater a little bit cocky, feeling like I knew what I was doing. And I will say it did help me in the performances and projects that we did have to perform and present. But I feel like I learned more this past year in IB Theater than I have in the past 3 years acting, and that's because IB Theater has taught me such a unique way of improvising and devising not only theater but acting rights in general that I can take with me in my professional career. Just the whole creative aspect of IB Theater and the way that they break down and, like I said, devise theater is really something that's been amazing to learn from. And the theater groups that we studied, like the Frantic Theater Assembly and many others, it's been really great. So I feel like something that I learned from my professional career is obviously how to act in the basics of what it is, but something that I'll take with me from IB Theater is creativity and not just thinking outside the box, but to maybe make a whole new shape.
Wow. And speaking of theater, Julian, I recall that you reflected on your experience kind of behind the scenes, setting and rigging all the lighting. I think you were responsible for rigging all the lighting for an entire show. And you mentioned that you had an experience that taught you how good enough isn't necessarily good enough. You mentioned that you wanted to challenge yourself to strive for greatness. Can you share a little bit about that realization?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is very common for a lot of high school students, especially outside of this school, but I think just high school students in general, me included, to kind of just be a little under ambitious and just strive to be good and do well as opposed to doing great. I think that one of the things that SCVi has really taught me is to strive for real greatness, because that's how you get anywhere. Mm-hmm. And so I had a couple of moments during the show that we did, which was You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, in which I had other people present some ideas to me, which I was I was initially a little disappointed that I hadn't thought about those, and I was almost angry at myself for not having thought of those. But I realize now, in retrospect, that the fact that I was able to look at those ideas and wish that I had come up with them definitely helped me, because it made me into a more ambitious designer and person.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Now, Sam, I want to talk to you. Unfortunately, I didn't get to sit in on your presentation, and a Sam Wachter presentation is one not to be missed always. So what's something that you highlighted in your defense?
So my defense was essentially about, so like I said, I've been at SCVi since kindergarten, right? And
sure.
Our project-based learning model allows learners to kind of experiment with their passions, and that's always been something that I've really appreciated. It started with music for me. In elementary school, I was really into singing and playing piano, and I was able to perform in front of my classmates. And then in middle school, I began experimenting more so with film, because I was really interested in becoming a director.
Uh-huh.
And then in 10th grade, I experimented with, politics. And then so all of those experiences helped me realize that those are not fields that I'm necessarily drawn to professionally or academically. So I used my IB History Year 2 internal assessment to experiment with economics, which has been my new kind of passion. And my senior defense was essentially about how my IB History internal assessment kind of made me more confident in my decision to go to college and major in economics.
Wow. And you had the opportunity over the last few years in high school to dabble in all of these things. These are experiences that most folks don't even get in college. That is awesome that you've been able to experiment with all these different fields and have a really strong direction even before you get into your freshman year in college. Alyssa, what about you? What sticks out most from your defense?
So I really focused on abilities I was able to grow during high school. So I really talked about that, during high school, I was a little bit shy and not that confident. And going into senior year, I really wanted to be confident. That was my goal. So throughout my senior defense, I talked about how with my artifact that I chose, which was a 10-minute speech that I had to do for IB English, I talked about how this really taught me that I have abilities that I may not have seen before. So, going through and doing this exam that I had to do, I had to realize that, okay, I am good at speaking. I am good at, putting together artifacts and being able to improvise. And I took that and I put it into my senior defense and I showed why I'm ready to graduate. I know I'm ready. So during this presentation, that's what I told the people I was presenting to. I'm ready to go to college. I'm ready for the future. And the reason why I'm ready is because I worked so hard in high school, and I know that I have so many abilities that I could provide to anybody in the future.
Wow, Alyssa, you clearly have met your goal. You seem certainly very confident. I love hearing that confidence from you and from all of you that you know that you're ready for this next step. So seniors, let's talk really quickly. And I think I'm going to go backwards. We'll start with Alyssa and we'll end up with Emily this time. And what I want to ask is, so you're ready, but what specifically are you ready for? Alyssa, I think you said you're going to college. What are your plans after graduation? Where are you going next year? What are you going to study?
So I will be attending UC San Diego in the fall, and I will be majoring in visual arts.
Oh, wow.
I hope to take, this experience of going to college and really, use the skills that I've learned at SCVi and put it into a new and brand new environment. And that's really my plan. And the reason why I think I'm so ready is because I think when it comes to college, you need to be able to communicate and really show your thoughts and really show your perspectives. And that's what we do at SCVi. We listen to other people's perspectives, and we're able to share thoughts that we may not be able to show at other high schools. But at SCVi, that's what we do, and that's why I believe I'm very ready for college.
That is so exciting, Alyssa. Good luck. Sam, what about you? What are your plans for next year?
I will be attending Fordham University in New York City studying economics.
Oh, wow, Fordham. Wow, congratulations. Good luck.
Yeah.
Julian, what are you doing next year?
I'll be attending Art Center College of Design and studying film.
Art Center College of Design. Where's that?
That's in Pasadena.
Right here. Okay, so very locally. Very cool. Congratulations. Good luck. Marcus, what are you doing next year?
I will be attending College of the Canyons here in Santa Clarita, studying film and business to get my AA, and then hopefully to transfer to USC in the next 2 years.
And then I'm sure you plan on continuing your career in entertainment?
Yes.
Very cool, very cool. And Emily, what's up next for you?
So after graduation, I will be attending UC Santa Barbara as a sociology major.
Wow, that's amazing. You guys are incredible. Congratulations, Emily. Good luck to you as well. Cheryl, what always sticks out, especially when I talk to the high school learners at SCVi, is just how comfortable they are, how well they can handle a room, a microphone, and how well they're able to articulate their thoughts, their opinions, their feelings, what they're going through. What do you attribute that to, Cheryl? How is it that obviously these 5 learners are exemplary, but it's across the board. All of our learners are just really comfortable speaking in public and discussing their thoughts and ideas. What do you attribute that to?
I attribute it to we're facilitators, so we give them ample opportunities to share those thoughts on a variety of levels. In small group settings, they practice those skills, and then they have opportunities to practice it in larger group settings. There are always opportunities to speak to adults. If you come to our school and tour our school and you tour the kindergarten class, now that tours are open, a kindergartner will approach and introduce themselves to you and take you through what the class is doing.
Yeah.
And that happened with my daughter's, one of her ILP goals, individual learning program, right? ILP, yes.
Yes.
Each of our learners has to have a goal. And so she was a shy kid, and I know my daughters.
Yeah.
You're like, what? What the type of learner she was is she would do what she was told.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
When she came to SCVi, one of the goals was to make her more confident in speaking. That was accomplished, much to my dismay sometimes. But and that's where the challenge is. It's uncomfortable for adults to be challenged by the youth, right?
Sure.
It's uncomfortable because we're not used to that. But the challenge isn't a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. So
Right.
when they become adults, they're able to be better participants in whatever they're doing.
So it starts out early, and it really it grows from there into what we're seeing now as the final product. Well, Emily, Marcus, Julian, Sam, Alyssa, I want to thank you for joining me this morning, and let me be the first to congratulate you on your graduation. I look forward to watching you all go out and put your mark on the world. Cheryl Senna, IB Coordinator, Senior Advisor, and English Facilitator, thank you so much, and thank you, graduates. Y'all have a good time. Enjoy Grad Bash tonight. I am Matt Watson. You're listening to SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley. We'll be right back on your hometown station, KHTS.
Think that politics and religion don't mix? Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. for Politics and the Pulpit with me, Pastor Jerry Cook, on AM 1220 and 98.1 FM, your hometown station.
Dunkin' is celebrating spring with Dunkin' Lemonade Refreshers. Try the strawberry dragon fruit, peach passion, or the mango pineapple. Don't forget to grab a bite to eat. How about the tomato pesto grilled cheese, roasted tomatoes, pesto spread, and white cheddar on sourdough? Order ahead with the Dunkin' app and accumulate points. Located on Bouquet Canyon in the Lowe's Shopping Center and on Sierra Highway in Canyon Country. Both with curbside pickup or use the drive-thru at Sierra Highway. Santa Clarita runs on Dunkin'.
Dr. Neil Green has been treating Santa Clarita patients and making them smile for over 35 years. As a child, Dr. Green had a fear of the dentist and disliked even simple checkups. Today, he's sensitive to your needs. If you have anxiety about getting a checkup, he understands your apprehension even if you've avoided the dentist for years. Discover the comfort of visiting a dentist with Dr. Neil Green. Dentistry is his profession. People are his focus. NeilGreenDDS.com. That's Neil, N-E-A-L, GreenDDS.com.
Not everyone can achieve the results like a law firm that's successfully been in business for 44 years, recovering over $10 billion for accident victims. I'm Susan Owen, mother of 6, wife of 23 years, and managing partner of personal injury law firm Owen Patterson and Owen. If you or a loved one has been injured, call 888-OPO-WINS, and we do. 888-OPO-WINS or opolaw.com.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, and you are listening to SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley. You know, it's funny, as soon as we broke for commercial, and I hope they're still listening, those 5 seniors at SCVi were just so impressive. As soon as we broke for commercial, the co-owner of the station here, Jerry, came in and said, you know, I'd hire any one of those 5, and I'm sure there's tons of business leaders out there thinking the same thing. It's funny. Yeah, I won't get into that. What I did want to talk about is an amazing experience that I had earlier this week. I had the opportunity, second chance I had the opportunity to take the KHTS bus tour up to Sacramento. And if you've never been, it is an incredible trip. KHTS this is the 15th annual trip they've taken, and what it is a group of business, education, and community leaders from Santa Clarita that get on a bus and head up to Sacramento to lobby for topics and issues that are important to us and our community. And yes, when we say bus trip, people are like, really, bus? But the bus is oftentimes the best part of the trip, as you get to network with, because the way Carl, the KHTS co-owner Carl, sets it up is you rotate around and you get to sit next to just about everybody on the bus, meet, network, interact, and make amazing connections before you even get up to Sacramento. And then in collaboration with our state senator, Scott Wilk, we get to meet with, almost a dozen legislative leaders in Sacramento to discuss some of the most pressing topics for our community and really lobby for what it is we need. Something I didn't realize is how unique this trip is. Apparently, Santa Clarita is the only community in the state that does anything like this at all. And it was just an amazing event. I again got to connect with a bunch of incredible leaders in our community. And, there's the wonderful exchange of business cards and some deep levels of synergy with other people in the community where new projects are set up. And it's just an exciting event. So, look for that next year if you're interested in doing something like that. KHTS is actually doing something similar, going to Washington, D.C. here in September. So you can get more information on the station's website, hometownstation.com, for the D.C. trip or next year's Sacramento trip. Amazing experiences. Well, we got to get back out. I am Matt Watson, and you are listening to SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.
Experience Frontier Toyota's all-new hot and exciting Toyota lineup. Serving the Santa Clarita Valley for over 30 years. Frontier Toyota, the Camry, Corolla, and Prius Kings. They're tops in Tacoma and Tundra trucks. Frontier Toyota, the new way of car buying. Shop from home at frontiertoyota.com or visit their showroom at Valencia and Creekside. Discover a whole new car buying experience with your friends at Frontier Toyota.
It's time to experience a pain relief, wellness, and anti-aging treatment unlike any other. It's time to check out Mend Cryotherapy. Relieve chronic joint and muscle pain, diminish soreness and inflammation, alleviate stress-related symptoms, boost immune system performance, and improve sleep and recovery times. Mend Cryotherapy is open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go to Mend, M-E-N-D, cryotherapy.com on Newhall Ranch Road in the Gateway Shopping Center.
Give blood and save lives. The UCLA Blood and Platelet Center is coming to Santa Clarita on Friday, June 3rd from 12:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at Christ Lutheran Church on Tournament Road off McBean. Schedule your appointment at ucedonor.com. Click blood drives and enter CLC in the account code box.
Santa Clarita has a new singing sensation, Terrell Edwards.
100% giving it your all and nothing.
Terrell Edwards opening at Santa Clarita's Canyon Club for the Super 70s group, Ambrosia.
That's how much I feel for you, baby.
Ambrosia and Terrell Edwards at the Canyon Club Santa Clarita, Saturday, June 18th. Ambrosia and Terrell Edwards. Reserve your tickets now at hometownstation.com/Ambrosia.
Summer. Trips to the beach, barbecues, and taking classes.
Wait, did you say taking classes?
Yeah, College of the Canyons has a great selection of summer classes starting in June and July.
I'm traveling this summer and I don't want to take in-person classes.
Both online and on-campus options are offered.
Well, I don't have a lot of money to spend.
COC is only $46 per unit.
Wow, I never realized how beneficial taking a summer class at COC could be.
Visit canyons.edu/schedule and get ready. Reset. Go summer.
It's time to enhance your natural beauty at Hestia Medical Spa. Select from a large menu of services, including an assortment of fillers that can be used in the face, lips, hands, and a variety of other body parts. Get rid of that double chin with Kybella, an injectable treatment to permanently destroy fat cells under the chin. Hestia Medical Spa also offers Botox, Dysport, and Xeomin to help reduce severe frown lines. Experience rejuvenation at Hestia Medical Spa, located on Valencia Boulevard next to City Hall. Call 753-3434 or go online to hestiamedicalspa.com.
KHTS AM 1220 and 98.1 FM Santa Clarita. It's 9 o'clock. Time for national news on KHTS.
President Biden says high prices are a real problem. Lisa Brady, Fox News, speaking a short time ago on the new jobs report.
I know that even with today's good news, a lot of Americans remain anxious, and I understand the feeling.
And he's still calling it Putin's price hike, saying Russia's invasion of Ukraine exacerbated rising gas and food prices. But he says Americans can tackle inflation from a position of strength.
Since I took office, families are carrying less debt. Their average savings are up. A recent survey from the Federal Reserve found that more Americans feel financially comfortable than any time since the survey began in 2013.
Adding that by some projections, the U.S. could grow faster than China's economy for the first time since 1976. Republicans say the president is deflecting blame for inflation away from his own policies. The May jobs report better than many economists expected, with 390,000 jobs created, but it breaks a year-long streak of at least 400,000 each month.
The unemployment rate remained at 3.6%. The expectation was that it would tick down to 3.5%, a pandemic-era low. Wages, meanwhile, grew 5.2% on an annual basis. It was up 5.5% the month before.
Fox's Lillian Wu. Another record day for gas prices.
Overnight, the national average jumped 5 cents to $4.76 a gallon, and that's just 2 cents shy of double the price when President Biden took office. For a standard sedan, that means an extra $33 every time you fill up in a world where everything else costs more as well.
Fox Business's Kelly O'Grady. Just getting word that former Trump White House advisor Peter Navarro has been indicted by a federal grand jury on 2 counts of contempt of Congress for failing to comply with a subpoena from the House committee probing the Capitol riot. Navarro just days ago filed a lawsuit in federal court against House Speaker Nancy Pelosi over being called before that committee. America is listening to Fox News.
Did you know that most adults with autism are unemployed, and a major hurdle is the lack of job opportunities? That's why Autism Speaks is teaming up with Lee Container, the J. Donald and Laurel Lee Family Foundation Fund, and Delivering Jobs to create a more inclusive workforce in the U.S. Are you an HR professional, community leader, or business owner? Join us in creating a workforce where people of all abilities can contribute and thrive. To learn more, visit autismspeaks.org/employment.
School's out for summer, but if your business is running QuickBooks, you'll never get a break. Their manual processes and delays will leave you scrambling. Graduate to NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. No matter how big your business grows, with NetSuite, you gain visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more, just like 93% of surveyed businesses who already graduated. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program. Head to netsuite.com/today.
What was once Hurricane Agatha hitting Mexico earlier this week may soon become the first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, heading across the Gulf of Mexico toward Florida's Gulf Coast.
A tropical storm warning is now posted for the lower half of the Florida Peninsula, including the Florida Keys. The disturbance is expected to grow into a full-fledged tropical storm named Alex sometime today. Forecasters advise the most heavy impact will be rain throughout the weekend. As much as a foot of it could fall in certain spots in southern Florida. In Broward County, Florida, Eben Brown, Fox News.
A House hearing on gun violence now planned for next Wednesday, including testimony from parents of recent mass shooting victims and a survivor, as well as law enforcement, a doctor, educator, and gun safety advocates. The House and Senate are working on gun law reforms after a string of recent shootings. New marketing rules are being laid out as another state
gears up for recreational pot sales.
New York State's Office of Cannabis Management wants to prevent any cannabis company from even unintentionally advertising its products to children. The rules would forbid cannabis sellers from advertising on billboards within 500 feet of schools and places like public parks, libraries, and from using cartoon-like marketing. Advertisers also wouldn't be able to use the words organic, craft, weed, pot, or stoner. The state would also require all packaging to prominently feature the universal THC symbol. New York Cannabis Industry Association reps say they agree on certain measures, but others are too restrictive, saying they'll limit creativity and make it hard for companies to establish a brand. The rules now enter a 60-day public comment period before going into effect. The first dispensaries could open before the end of the year. Gian Gelosi, Fox News.
A sell-off on Wall Street, back to worrying about the Fed's efforts to fight inflation. The Dow's down 301, the S&P more than 1%, the NASDAQ tumbling more than 2%. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The latest jobs report is out, showing 390,000 jobs created in May. That is better than expected. The unemployment rate remained at 3.6%. Gas prices, meanwhile, hitting new highs.
Gas went up 5 cents overnight. The new high is $4.76 a gallon. There are 8 states where the average is above $5. And California, well, that's gone up to $6.24. As for diesel, another new high there, $5.58 a gallon. That is up an astonishing $2.40 a gallon from 1 year ago.
Stuart Varney with the Fox Business Network. And a landmark bill to limit crypto mining passes the New York legislature. It's designed to tap the brakes on the spread of cryptocurrency mining operations that burn fossil fuels. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
I'm Mark Crafts. I'm a stage 4 cancer survivor, and I've been through quite a lot, and I'm here today because of breakthroughs and because of great care. Conquer Cancer is so important to me. When you back Conquer Cancer, you are really helping researchers break through with an idea that may save lives. Help me accelerate cancer research. You can make a difference for every cancer, every patient, everywhere. Visit conquer.org.
Thanks for listening to KHTS AM 1220, Canyon Country, California. K260CO 98.1 FM, Santa Clarita, California.
There's a new fine dining restaurant in Santa Clarita, Reyes Winery on Main. Feast in their beautifully designed 3-story building. You'll relax and enjoy the views up on Santa Clarita's only patio rooftop wine bar and dining in the center of Old Town Newhall. Experience Reyes Winery on Main's ultra-premium wines while enjoying fresh-caught seafood, premium steaks, or their signature lobster pappardelle pasta. The new Reyes Patio Rooftop Wine Bar and Dining is unlike anything else in our valley. Details at reyeswineryonmain.com.
Santa Clarita Valley residents now have greater access to the excellent physicians and high-quality medical services for which Providence Holy Cross is known. Providence Holy Cross Health Center in Santa Clarita features state-of-the-art cancer and imaging technologies, as well as board-certified physicians in a variety of medical specialties. Quality and compassion from a healthcare provider you can depend on. For more information, call 1-888-HEALING or visit us at providence.org.
SCVi is a tuition-free TK through 12 charter school that gives your child boundless opportunities to think critically and imagine freely. We offer a customized learning program built around your child's unique interests and strengths, with the only international baccalaureate program in all of Santa Clarita. Our approach keeps students and families in step no matter where your learning is taking place. Be empowered to make your mark on the world at SCVi. To take a tour or enroll now in our one-of-a-kind program, visit ileadsantaclarita.org. iLead Schools, free to think, inspired to lead.
Your hometown station.
Life takes us in different directions sometimes, and we may not always have computer access for breaking news. KHTS has a solution. Text alerts. Breaking news you need to know about fast. Freeway closed? We'll text you directly. Emergency police activity in the Santa Clarita Valley? We'll text you. Sign up now for text alerts at hometownstation.com. KHTS has your back.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. I am Matt Watson, your host, and you are listening to SCVi, and I lead school's Eye on the Valley. My next guests today are joining me in studio. Always love it when my guests can come in and join us live. Kevin McDonald is the CEO of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center. Kevin holds a degree in business administration from the University of Dayton in Ohio and an MBA from UC Berkeley. Throughout his life, Kevin has worked serving others, and in July of 2016, he came to the Santa Clarita Senior Center as CEO and has done absolutely incredible things to expand services and sustain those essential services for our seniors throughout the pandemic. And Elizabeth Hupp, immediate past president and co-chair of one of their foundational events coming up here on the Senior Center board, who recently retired from the Bank of Santa Clarita after 50 years in the banking industry. Elizabeth is the consummate community servant. She's also served on the boards of the Michael Hoffman Foundation, Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital, and the Santa Clarita Boys and Girls Club. She's received numerous commendations and awards for her service despite her quiet nature, including Santa Clarita Valley's Woman of the Year 2013. Elizabeth, Kevin, welcome back to Eye on the Valley.
Hey, great to be with you.
I almost said Elizabeth Kelly. That's a name that's familiar with me.
Past, yes.
Elizabeth and Kevin, we're glad to have you here. So, Kevin, before we get into this amazing event that I want to talk about that y'all are throwing, tell us a little bit about who it is that you serve. Because, you say seniors and people kind of get an image in their mind, and I think there may be some misconceptions about who the Senior Center is and is not for.
Well, it's kind of for everybody.
Okay.
So when you say define it, it's tough to define because we are there for the community.
Yeah.
And when people think of seniors, we don't think of it that way. People have a need for services and supports and activities and so many other things and nutrition in their life. Mm-hmm. The Senior Center, we call it Bella Vita on purpose because it's not your grandfather's senior center. It's something a little bit more special from that, and it welcomes the community. So there's technically, there's definitions for seniors. For our nutrition program, to get the meals that we provide, you have to be 60 years of age and older. Mm-hmm. But to participate in every other activity, we don't check your ID at the door. so folks are welcome. We definitely have a bent towards the older population.
Sure.
But it's open to everybody.
That's kind of your call to ministry or your call to service, but you're absolutely right. I was fortunate enough to take a tour of the center a couple years ago, right before y'all got shut down. We all got shut down for COVID, and I was remarkably impressed. It is not your grandfather's senior center. It's an incredibly active and vibrant center with some really cool things going on. I was really kind of jealous of some of the different things going on, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But I want to jump right into this bash that you all are throwing. Our community is vigorously pushing past COVID, and you guys are throwing one of the premier gala events in town called Celebrity Waiter. So, Elizabeth, why don't you tell us about it? What is Celebrity Waiter, and what kind of celebrities do you get to serve dinner to those lucky enough to find a seat?
Well, Celebrity Waiter is so much fun. In the past, it used to be where there was a theme for the event, and then each table picked a sub-theme, and you dressed in costume. We've kind of gotten away from that the last couple years as far as the costume is concerned. It's become a little bit optional.
Okay.
But this year's theme is a night in Hollywood.
All right.
So you can wear either... Your table can pick a movie if you like. You can be Gone with the Wind or whatever and all dress in that costume. Or you can come like as an Academy Award presenter,
attendee.
I
thought you meant an Academy Award.
Or you can come as an Academy Award. So you've got to dress up a little bit. You've got to put a little bit of thought into it. And then you're served, it'll be in the courtyard at Bella Vita. So it's a beautiful, beautiful setting as the sun goes down and then into the evening. It's July 16th, so it'll be warm enough to hold an outside event in the evening. And the waiters will be the Meals on Wheels drivers.
Well, we did them last year.
That's right.
So we've changed the tone
right.
from celebrity waiter to the real celebrities we consider are our volunteers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
And
they are.
Because they are the real celebrities, we've decided to honor them each year with that little tilt. And last year, as Elizabeth said, we honored the Meals on Wheels drivers who delivered all those meals. This year, we're going into the kitchen and the banquet hall. Those who have prepared our meals as volunteers and have done our amazing drive-through, we're honoring them this year. So they'll be sitting among our guests. And they'll be kind of ambassadors for the night. We're going to make sure they don't work, though, right?
Right. They don't have to serve anyone.
Okay, because in the past, when you had our local community celebrities, you worked them to the bone.
Right. And it didn't work so well for them or for us.
Okay.
So we've decided to just have ambassadors and honorees.
All right.
And the people who prepare the meal will provide the waiters.
Okay.
So they will be the true wait people, wait staff.
Okay.
And like Kevin said, the volunteers will be kind of ambassadors. They will be standing nearby. So if I want another glass of water or a glass of wine or something, I can say, "Excuse me, can you get my waiter and make sure that he brings me some wine?"
Okay.
That kind of thing.
So kind of that intermediary.
Right.
And then, one of the things I've noticed in our society, when I was growing up, you tipped your waiter, you tipped your hairdresser, you tipped your taxi driver, but that was about it. And nowadays, it seems like you tip everybody. And at this event, you're tipping your ambassador as well, right? That's kind of part of the fundraising effort.
Yes, it is. And it used to be that we sold script so that you would tip your waiter in script. But last year with the pandemic, we couldn't really have script that was touched by so many people.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut that out. And it was so well received that we've decided to carry it on again this year.
Okay.
Where you just can add a tip to your credit card or however you're going to pay. So you can tip them that way.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm sure the MC is going to make sure to push that.
Oh, absolutely.
Real hard. Don't you be stopping at 15% this year.
Yes.
So,
and our Man of the Year will be the MC this year.
Oh, our Man of the Year.
Yes, Brian Kegley. Yes.
Okay, he's been on the show before. Great MC.
Mm-hmm.
Very good with a microphone. So
a very big supporter of the Senior Center also.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, you guys are doing amazing things at the Senior Center. What's not to support? So you mentioned the theme this year is, did you say Hooray for Hollywood?
A Night in Hollywood.
A Night in Hollywood. Okay, so folks can come dressed up as their favorite actor, actress. The tables can come as movies. What are some of the themes? Because I know, Elizabeth, you've attended for years. What are some of the themes that you've had in past years? Because I know some of them have been all of them been really fun.
Well, one year we had the circus.
Okay, so you had like a strong man and a bearded lady.
Right. And
speaking of Elizabeth Kelly. Aunt Betty, forgive me.
Let's see. Last year was an Italian night under the stars.
Okay.
And that was just lovely. We had an opera singer and kind of an Italian theme. Everybody dressed.
You had mobsters and wise guys.
Right, and Kevin was an old Roman person.
That's right. That's right. I remember with the helmet and
Yeah. And let's see, before that we had, we had a Renaissance theme one year. It was all sorts of things.
I remember one of the years that I attended, I really had a lot of fun with. Went with some friends, some family members. We sat with the Wilkes, and it was, I think, a music theme.
Yes, it was.
And our table chose the Beach Boys, which was a lot of fun. And Big T, show contributor, and we wore our blonde wigs, and of course, everyone confused us for Fred and Barney, not Mike Love and the other guys from the Beach Boys. That was a little embarrassing, but again, a lot of fun.
It's a crazy night. It really is.
It really is. So let's talk about it. It's an amazing dinner. You guys always get some terrific food, but there's a lot of activities that go around it. It's not just dinner and a little bit of musical entertainment. What are some of the other activities that y'all have?
Well, we have a live auction. No silent auction, just live.
Just live auction. Okay,
and
great.
we limit the number of live auction items. We like to have no more than about 12 or so. So the auction doesn't take up the entire evening. There's a lot of mixing, mingling, table hopping, that kind of thing. It's not an evening where you find your seat and stay in it.
I do recall that. And
yes.
It's, me, I've kind of got my ADHD and like to get up and move around, and so I was always finding an excuse to go get water or something like that. But this is great. The expectation is that you move from table to table.
Correct.
Okay, and so then you've got the auction. Is there? You've got live music. We said.
Yeah, we're gonna have some live music and possibly some Hollywood show tunes coming in.
Oh, sweet.
And we'll have a red carpet, and you can get your picture taken professionally on the red carpet. With we'll have some cardboard cutouts of former movie stars like Marilyn Monroe,
Audrey Hepburn,
that kind of thing.
Audrey Hepburn.
And
sorry,
Audrey
that's
Hepburn.
kind of biased.
Yes. Humphrey Bogart. So
all right,
those people will be on the red carpet to greet you. And are we going to have a limousine? We had talked about
We'll
that.
have a limousine there. We're going to set up a special VIP lounge
Mhm.
just for you.
How
and,
very
and family
Hollywood.
members.
Just
Yes.
for me. All right,
Yes,
great.
yes. We will have swag bags for each table sponsor.
Okay.
Depending on the level you come in at, your swag bag may be a little bit nicer than someone else's. So,
Oh, I see. So
Yes.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like in Hollywood,
Just like
it
in
pays to be
Hollywood.
an A-lister.
Yes.
Fantastic. I love that, right? Because we certainly do discriminate here in Hollywood.
Yes.
Now speaking of sponsors, Kevin, I don't think we have time to list all of them, but what are some of your kind of higher end title sponsors?
Yeah, we've had some great support this year. We got our title sponsor for the first time in a while, and that's Comfort Keepers In-Home Care. That's Miles McNamara and his team.
Yay,
Miles is a friend of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Glad to welcome him in, and he's just giving back to the community like he always does. Supervisor Barger's in again, and Barbara Cochran, who hosts the Senior Hour. She's also one of our key people. So just, the families and friends come out, the community comes out, just for one night of support for the Senior Center and all the activities that go on the other 364 days of the year. So like Elizabeth said, it's a fun night out under the stars, outside, and we'll make sure you have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, something I was worried about, I went to the event last year, and I was worried about a July event. I know it's in the evening under the stars, but I thought, it's going to get a little warm outside. But the way your building kind of wraps around the courtyard there, it's shaded almost all the time, and then the sun goes down. But it was a warm day last year when we went, but as soon as the event started, it was absolutely perfect.
We planned it that way.
There we go. Thank
And
you.
it's protected from the wind in
Right.
case it's windy.
Right.
So we have a nice atmosphere, both excuse me, both weather-wise and as far as the event goes. The atmosphere is great.
It truly is a Bella Vita out there. And
Yes.
so one more time, what's the date of the event?
July 16th.
July 16th, and it's at
It's
Bella
at
Vita,
Bella
the Senior
Vita.
Center.
Mhm.
And, you all have an amazing location. It's truly right at the center of town. But I think folks drive past it every day and don't even notice it's there because of the way it's kind of tucked in. So can you explain where the center is?
On Golden Valley Road and Newhall Ranch Road, right near that corner, you go up just a quarter mile, and we are right there. So Golden Valley Road and Newhall Ranch Road, you'll see us on the hill there. And, tickets are on sale now. We're still selling tables, individual seats as well.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to ask because, oftentimes, I think, in fact, last year, Elizabeth, I had you on. It was the first year you were co-chairing the
Right.
event, and we got to this question, and there was kind of a trombone because, sorry, tickets are sold out.
Yeah.
They do go quickly, so I'm glad we got you in a little bit earlier this year. So how do folks get tickets, Kevin?
You can give us a call, 661-259-9444. Call the Senior Center. Check out our website and get tickets there as well. But give us a shout. We'll be happy to take care of you. And tables go for different levels. But we just want to bring you to the Senior Center as a chance. Like I said, we don't have our hand out that much, but we do for Celebrity Waiter because we really, as a private nonprofit organization, we really do need these funds to make ends meet.
Yeah, you do depend on these donations and these events, and it's any donation is money well spent, but then to be able to attend an event like this, like Elizabeth was saying, it's just one of the most fun nights in our community. So one more time, I know producer Sarah's probably going to drop it on our Facebook Live feed. You can go to the Senior Center website, or what's the phone number to the center again, Kevin?
661-259-9444.
And again, folks can get individual or if there's a couple that wants to attend, you can get individual seats.
Yes.
Or if there's a group of friends or a small business that would like to purchase a table, half table, something like
Yeah,
that? They
you
can do
know, it's
that?
great for the small businesses to come out, to give back to the senior center, to bring their staff and their volunteers with them, and it's a nice way to do it, to bring, you know, the small little families together, otherwise known as businesses.
Sure, and great kind of team building kind of thing. I know a lot of small businesses often think about that. What can I do for team building? There's only, 8 of us or 10 of us here in the office. Hey, have everybody dress up like, whatever your favorite movie is. If there's, Ocean's 11, dress up your 11, get them out there at a table, have a great dinner, participate in the auction, and just have a wonderful night at Bella Vita under the stars. So, Kevin, we talked about your title sponsors. Do you have any idea on numbers, like what you either expect for this year or what this event has brought in for the center in years past?
Yeah, our goal every year is to bring in about $150,000.
Wow, okay.
And that doesn't come close to meeting our needs for the year, because we definitely come up short. I mean, we're a nonprofit and there's only so much funding out there, and we have to match a lot of our funding.
Yeah.
But we need to serve too. So our first goal, as the board says, serve, serve, serve. We'll figure it out later.
Okay.
And hopefully the funds will come in. And this is one night where the funds can come in for people to give back just a little bit to the seniors. And they're really investing in the future.
Sure.
They're investing for them, but they're investing for their parents and so on and so forth. So
yeah, definitely. And investing in yourself. That's something that we'll all enjoy in our future. And I know, as detailed of an event this is, a lot of planning goes into this. Elizabeth, this is your second year co-chairing the event, and I'm sure that you're probably happy that you're retired and able to dedicate as much time as you are. What kind of planning goes into the event?
Oh gosh, lots of planning. We have a lot of people that help on the event. Kevin is a huge help. His secretary, Christine, is a tremendous staff support for us. My co-chair, Melanie Meyer, is really helping a lot. Julie Sturgeon, the president, is a big help. She's been instrumental in procuring a couple wonderful live auction items that are not being announced, but satisfied to say that your culinary palate would be happy. A lot of people who donate auction items that are kind of the silent supporters have been instrumental. We're hoping to get another NCIS item, possibly a walk-on this year.
Okay. How cool would that be?
We've gotten a ride in a World War II trainer.
A training airplane.
An airplane,
So
yes.
you can fly in a World War II era airplane. So that's what you've had in the past.
Yes.
In formation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys aren't auctioning off. I remember there was an event in town years ago that auctioned off a goat.
Yes.
So it's not goats and farm animals anymore.
No.
Wow, these are some incredible prizes. Cool.
Yes. So it's definitely worth coming to the event. Even if you aren't going to bid on those, to watch the bidding is fun. So and see who's bidding on what items. So it's a cool event.
And as you said, you kind of keep the auction items to a minimum so that it doesn't take up the whole night.
Right.
So if you are planning on bidding, you gotta be a little aggressive, get your elbows ready, get your paddle ready, and get in there.
And then we have the opportunity to later in the evening, if you haven't gotten the item that you want, you can just make a straight donation to the senior center. So.
Sure. Which is what I did last year. I got to tell you, I got a little intimidated when the bidding started going, because our community really does pull out all the stops.
Yes,
both
they
with
do.
the donations and the bidding.
We have an incredibly generous community.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Our community's amazing, and Celebrity Waiter is such a fun event for such an important cause, the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center. When we get back, I want to talk about what an important cause it is. I want to talk about what this event is going to support. Kevin, you mentioned all the services you provide day to day, and I also want our listeners to know how they can help whether or not they're able to attend the event. I'm Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley with Kevin McDonald and Elizabeth Hopp from the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center on your hometown station, KHTS.
Support locally owned businesses. Shop for your pet supplies at Pet Supplies Plus. Pet Supplies Plus has everything you need and more, with a wide selection of food, services, and supplies. Curbside pickup is available, or have your over $35 order delivered locally for free. Need your pet groomed? Pet Supplies Plus offers full grooming services and a self-service dog wash. Cat adoptions every Sunday and dog adoptions every month. Vaccinations and training classes are also available. Locally owned and operated Pet Supplies Plus, located next to Old Navy in the Valencia Marketplace Shopping Center. Go to PetSuppliesPlus.com.
In these challenging times with virus attacking, I built my immune system with IV therapy at Hestia Medical Spa. I'm KHTS owner Jerry Sreddy Goldman. My husband Carl and I believe Hestia's Medical Spa IV therapy has been a powerful addition for strengthening our immune system. I've been using an IV combination of vitamins and minerals to help me fight off COVID and other viruses.
Boost your energy and immune system with IV therapy at Hestia Med Spa in Valencia. Details at HestiaMedicalSpa.com.
Accidents happen, but rest assured Patterson's Collision Center is here to help. Patterson's is a family-owned and operated collision repair facility providing the Santa Clarita Valley with premium collision repairs. Patterson's prides itself on being the only California-certified green repair shop in all of Santa Clarita. They are insurance claim specialists and even offer payment plans for your deductible. For personalized, friendly service, visit Patterson'sCollisionCenter.com. or call 294-1011 and let Patterson's Collision Center help ease your worries today.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi, and I lead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson, and I'm joined this morning by the CEO of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center, as well as their board's immediate past president and co-chair, two-time co-chair of their major annual event, Celebrity Waiter. And we talked about how fun of an event Celebrity Waiter is going to be. It's coming up in July. It's going to be under the stars. It's I'm going to get it wrong again, Elizabeth. It's not Hooray for Hollywood. It's
A Night in Hollywood.
A Night in Hollywood, but it's Hollywood themed, and it's going to be just so much fun. A great opportunity for the community to get together and really support an amazing organization, the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center. And I say that, Kevin, because every time I have an opportunity to talk to you and the different services that you provide on a daily basis, it blows my mind. And sometimes it's hard for me to get my head around exactly how much you do for so many people every day. Can you talk to us a little bit about the services that you all provide on a daily basis that our community really needs to get behind and support?
Sure, and just a reminder when we say what we do, we is 100 staff members that dedicate themselves to seniors.
So those 100 staff members, are they all paid staff members?
Yes, that's just a paid. And then on top of that is another 140 volunteers that assist us throughout the week.
Wow, I knew that over half of your staff were volunteers, and
Yes.
that's another testament to our amazing community.
Yeah, so it's a great team that's dedicated. They're listening this morning.
All right, hey guys.
And cheering it on. I'm saying what they do each day to provide, nutrition and satisfaction and counseling to so many people.
Yeah, so can you break it down a little bit? What is it that you guys do on a daily basis?
Well, we're kind of known for our nutrition program,
Right.
which is great. And when the pandemic hit, it tripled. So within one weekend, we were rocking and rolling, trying to serve people in their homes because of the pandemic. As the pandemic goes away, we're working and bringing people back live.
Yep.
So our building is open, but the nutrition is so important to our seniors.
It is, and that's not something like I'm in education, and a lot of our local schools, pandemic hit, they shut down for 2 weeks, some of them for up to a month. But when you've got someone that's housebound and depends on your team for a meal, sometimes even 2 meals a day, you don't have the luxury of shutting down for 2 weeks, even if there's this weird thing going on in the world.
No, we're 7 days a week. We're
Yeah.
7 days a week, and right now we're producing 75,000 meals a month go out. 75,000 meals a month.
75,000 meals a month, and that's, again, just staggering. So what does that look like, that human contact, just one of those deliveries? What does that look like?
It's just our drivers, who are all our volunteer drivers. They're just walking up with that meal saying, here's your special meal for the day, and maybe salmon on Fridays and maybe shrimp scampi another day.
Wow.
They deserve great meals.
Yeah.
And we're going to give our best. And they're all produced at Bella Vita. We also produce them in the Antelope Valley as well. But they, our cooks are so dedicated to making. We say, make this meal for your grandfather, and that's what our cooks take into their mind. And our executive chef is in there, and they're doing it. Actually, they're making it there, but we're serving it to their family members, which is kind of ironic these days.
Yeah.
So they want a good, nutritious meal. It's more than they can eat for lunch because we're not sure where dinner's going to come from. So there's an important part to that and then again, about 8 different departments have a say in this. They cook the meals, they package the meals in our big packaging area right now. Then there's the delivery of the meals. So many different layers, and then we get the support from the county for the meals and for the city the city to help us out. And then there's that gap that we fill with the celebrity waiter events. But it's it's one person at a time, it's one meal at a time, and when we deliver that, we call it it's more than just lunch. It's that human connection. It's that humanity that we see people every day.
And we have some Meals on Wheels drivers who have actually been instrumental in saving the lives of some of their customers.
Well, yeah, sure, because oftentimes, if you live alone and you depend on this, you're not getting out. This might be the only human contact you have each day, and if something goes wrong...
Well, and they see these people every day, so they know if all of a sudden they're not themselves.
I see.
And they know when they should call for help, so...
Yeah, to hear the stories when they come back from doing their routes, they deliver 35 to 40 meals, and we're always looking for drivers, so we always pitch for our volunteer drivers. They come back and they'll tell us stories, and they said, could you check on this person? And our social workers will follow up with that person. Could you check on this person? So it's that mini wellness check along the way there. So we say nutrition, but it's a lot more than that.
Oh, absolutely. And that's so the folks delivering the meals, and what a rewarding experience, right? To be able to go out, have that, it might be a quick contact. Here's your meal. How you doing? Good to see you. I'll see you again tomorrow. But then, like you said, if sometimes if someone's had a minor stroke, they might not be aware, but that person that sees them every day knows, or something funky's going on. There was a guy in the apartment that I didn't recognize, and then you've got the reinforcements should the need be. And so that's just one visit. That's what one visit might look like. And again, you deliver 75,000 meals a month, and each one of them is
we're doing it for 1,200 people in Santa Clarita Valley. We're doing it for another 1,500 people in the Antelope Valley. So that's a lot of lives out there that we're trying to take care of.
And that's what goes out. So let's talk about what goes on inside the center.
Okay, we just opened up a few weeks ago. So Bella Vita's open. The grand ballroom, which we made and created, is open, and people are slowly coming back, and they're slowly coming back, and that's okay. But we have the music inside. The courtyard is still open, so you have dining inside and outside with a reservation. So if someone came up, inside dining or outside dining, and our hostess will take you to your table. You'll meet some new friends. And you'll hang out, and then you can take a class while you're there.
Yeah.
And you can sit in the lounge. You can play some pool. You can play cards. You can do lots of different things while you're at Bella Vita.
I think that's what impressed me most. And you're right. I kind of forget. Our schools have been back on campus for, a full year now, and things are sort of getting back to normal. But your clients were the first ones that we had to kind of take care of, and for reasons of their medical nature, their condition.
They're vulnerable.
Yeah, they're the most vulnerable. They were kind of the last ones to get back to normal. It's good to hear that they're back and having lunch at the center, playing games. That's what really impressed me when I took that tour a while back, was all the different amazing activities. Y'all had, I think, an AA class going on. You had folks studying to get their driver's license.
We have Tai Chi every day. We got Zumba going on. We have so many, and we have chair Pilates. So everything has an adaptive nature to it, and that's why we use the chairs. You get chair Pilates. You have sit and be fit, and then this afternoon at 3:00, Zumba goes on, and it is crazy. The building just rumbles with the sound of the Zumba, and the staff start dancing as well. But that's what's going on. Those are all free classes. Everything we're trying to do right now is for free because we want to welcome people back, give them full access, and not have that dollar sign as a barrier to enjoying services that they rightly deserve.
Well, and that's one place where the Celebrity Waiter event really picks up the slack, because normally we would charge for classes a nominal amount, charge for a lot of our services, and now we don't want to. We want them to just come back. So the people that can donate, we really count on them to pick up the slack for that.
Yeah. Now, Elizabeth, you've been with the center for quite a while. How long have you been on the board and working directly with the senior center?
It's probably been 11 years, 10 or 11 years.
Okay. And so you've presided over a period of time of incredible growth.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
let's go back. Can you give us kind of a quick, almost a Cliff's Note version of the history of the senior center and their growth?
Well, I'm not sure exactly when the senior center started, but it used to be on Market Street in downtown Newhall in an old county building that we leased for $1 a year. And then we had always talked about building a place that was more suitable to our needs. And when Peggy Rasmussen became chairperson, or president of the board, I should say, she was able, through her contacts, and her husband is a developer, she is a developer too, and they were able to secure the land with the help from a grant from the county and the city. And the land was donated by a developer who was building in the area that was required to give some land to nonprofits. And we went through a capital campaign, raised the cash so that we could build the Bella Vita Center. And we were able to do that with no mortgage. There's no debt on the building, so we don't have that hanging over our head right now.
Fantastic.
And we opened that in 2019. It opened, and it's just been incredible as far as what it can do. And our original thought was that we built it 2 stories because we wanted to lease out offices on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
But we found that quickly we occupied every space in
We
the
need that
building.
space.
Yes, yes. And then, of course, on March 19th of 2020, we shut down the entire center. It was dark. And quickly, Kevin was able to pivot and supply a drive-through meal for everybody that wanted one.
Yeah, I
and
remember seeing
that
pictures
has
on
been
social media.
incredible.
Yeah.
So, and that's still going on.
Still going on.
You guys are still doing the drive-through.
Yes.
Okay. So you're delivering meals. You've got folks doing the drive-through, and then you've got folks walking in. Guys, you guys are providing better service than any restaurant in town.
We really are, and a big shout out to Gina B. in the kitchen, Cindy, who's come back and helped as the executive, and planning meals and all that. Everybody in that kitchen is just so incredible.
And again, I want to highlight, we're not talking about, some of the federal freeze-dried food that we might be accustomed to in a local public school or something like that. This is fresh food, cooked daily, like you said. You charge your staff. You cook a meal like you would for your own grandfather.
That's right.
That is amazing. So, Elizabeth, why is... Gosh, as if it weren't obvious already, why has it become so important to you to serve on the Senior Center Board?
Senior Center Board is first of all, it's a great group of people.
Yeah, it is.
We've got some expertise on there that is just amazing. And we all really care about the seniors, and Kevin makes sure to keep that top of mind, that, is this what you would want if you were being served, or if your grandparent or parent were being served. And the services we provide are terribly important. We have a caregiver resource group that is just, my generation right now, if they still have their parents, they're caring for them. And some of them are beginning to care for husbands and wives. And that's a very difficult job, so they need the support. And they need the respite. And that brings us to our adult daycare program, too, where if you have a parent or a relative who's experiencing Alzheimer's, dementia, that you are caring for them 24 hours a day, we offer the respite up to 3 days a week.
Right.
Okay.
That, so that the caregiver can have a little time off.
So is that something that you provide at the center?
At the center. It's a locked room.
Okay.
It's specially trained people. They know what to do. It's just an amazing resource.
And then there's also that social interaction that can be really helpful for maybe slowing the degenerative process for some of those conditions.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing. There's so much going on, and you've seen so much in your 11 years
Yes,
with the
yes.
center. What if you had to pick one thing? What would you be most proud of, Elizabeth?
Oh gosh, there's so many. The people involved, I'm incredibly proud of. The volunteers that show up every day. The Hartmans come to mind right away. They have been volunteering on a daily basis for many, many years. All the volunteers that drive the Meals on Wheels trucks, serve the drive-through, all of that. But it comes back to, and I get a little emotional here, it wouldn't happen without Kevin. Everybody is incredibly loyal to Kevin, and I probably am the most proud of having been part of the group that hired him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible praise, Kevin. But I've had the opportunity to see what you do, and then I'm sure you're aware. I talk with Elizabeth frequently, and and she speaks very highly of the work that you do. What about you?
Remember about the team.
Yeah.
Those 100 staff working today back at the shop or something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, just a testimony of how important and how rewarding the work is. You've got a team of 100 paid staff. You've got another 140 people that come in unpaid, volunteers every day. And I know you always need more volunteers because services are growing.
Yes.
Which is a great thing, right? Those baby boomers are living a lot longer, which is wonderful.
We're just getting near the peak. At 2030, we'll be peaking out. There'll be more seniors than ever in this country. So we're getting ready.
God willing.
Just God willing. Okay, so someone who's thinking, my dad could really use this daily social interaction and should really be going to the center, or maybe I'm not able to get out like I used to and could really use someone delivering meals. How does somebody get in touch with the senior center, sign up for services, get involved, learn more about it?
One thing is people are just dropping by for the first time. It's almost like we're brand new to some people.
Okay.
So come on by the senior center and meet with our staff that are in the front lobby, and they'll welcome you and show you everything. Give us a call. Give us a call and come on down. Meet with one of our counselors who can give you a breadth of information. We have a great counseling team, all for free. They'll connect you with what you need. They'll give you the support groups that you need, and they'll just show you the world. And for volunteers, yes, we need Meals on Wheels drivers for sure. We're going to run short this summer, so those teachers out there that may be taking a short break, we need you over at the senior center, even if it's during your summer break, because we want to keep those meals going out.
Absolutely. You'll be in an air-conditioned car doing some really rewarding work. I know you do rewarding work August through May or June, but an extra month of doing something a little bit different. Yeah, that'd be great.
So give us a call. You can check out our website. Website is myscvcoa.org. Check out our website, give us a call, and come on by.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to just Google SCV Senior Center.
Absolutely.
But and then Elizabeth, one more time, details on the Celebrity Waiter event coming up.
It's at Bella Vita, July 16th.
Right here in the center of
Saturday night, starting at 6 o'clock. Excuse me. And the theme is A Night in Hollywood, Dress Hollywood, one way or another. And come on out and join us. It's a great time.
And if you're not able to join on the 16th of July, but you're just excited like I am about everything that the Senior Center is doing, go to their website. The first thing you're going to see in the upper right-hand corner is a Donate Now button, and help out with just the amazing things that folks are doing, that this amazing team of volunteers and staff are doing at the Senior Center. Kevin, Elizabeth, I want to thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Now, I know you both have met my Jughead brother.
Yes, I've met him once or twice.
Yeah, he always calls in at the end of the show. He's got some great trivia questions, and he goofs off with us a little bit. But and Patty and I play, but we always need one other person. So which one of you is going to stick around and play with us? Who's up?
I think Elizabeth volunteered.
Oh, all right, fantastic. Okay, well, Kevin,
thanks.
I know you're a busy man and you've got an event to get ready for, so we appreciate you coming in. But Elizabeth, stick around. We will be right back with Fun with Big T. This is SCVi, and I lead Schools Eye in the Valley. I'm Matt Watson, and this is your hometown station, KHTS.
No doubt about it. LA is an awesome place to live. But even while living in the land of beaches and mountains, it's safe to say that we could all use a real vacation right about now. One where you don't have to stop for gas, cook your own meals, or strip your own sheets. Lucky for us, Princess Cruises has a port right here in LA. Now, for a limited time, LA residents can sail with Princess from just $89 per day to the beaches of Mexico, the tropics of Hawaii, or cruise along the California coast without getting stuck in traffic. That's right, just $89 per day. And while these great destinations aren't going anywhere, these deals won't be around forever. So visit princess.com, call 1-800-PRINCESS, or contact your travel advisor to book your cruise today. Set sail with LA's cruise line, Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Promotional pricing ends November 30th, 2021. Ships are Bermudan and British registry. Before booking, consult the CDC website at www.cdc.gov.
Right now, as you're listening to this, the last thing on your mind is needing a plumber.
Whitaker Plumbing understands.
That's why we want you to store this in the for later use file in your brain.
Whitaker Plumbing will handle all emergencies.
Your toilet won't stop running?
Call Whitaker.
Your sink is dripping?
Call Whitaker.
Your garbage disposal sounds funky?
Whitaker will handle it.
Upgrading your water heater? All your plumbing services with one call.
Whitaker Plumbing. Whitaker with 1T Plumbing, SCVi.com.
It's a hit. Audiences are loving Something Rotten, playing now at the Canyon Theater Guild. The year is 1595, and Shakespeare is a rock star. A rival acting troupe can't compete with The Bard. They need something new, exciting, never before done. Laugh your way back in time to the Renaissance with this hilarious show featuring tap dancing, Shakespeare, and the origins of the musical. Get your tickets today by calling 661-799-2702 or reserve online at canyontheater.org.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Oh, Mom's gonna need headphones. And welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi, and I lead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson. And Elizabeth Hopp, the immediate past president of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center, is joining me for Big T's 5 Minutes of Fame. Y'all know Big T. Big T is a longtime resident and leader in the Santa Clarita Valley. He's an executive and a philanthropist. He's an amazing father, husband, and community leader. And when he was born, Mom tried to leave him at the hospital and take the stork home instead. Here he is, everybody. He's Mom's favorite. Big T, welcome to the show.
Not true.
Good morning, all.
Wait, not true.
Not true about the stork.
Okay, so let me go ahead and break that fourth wall for our audience. Elizabeth, you go by a pseudonym. You go by another name when Big T and I are in the room.
I do?
Mom.
Mom, yeah.
That's right. And to prove that she's
Wow.
that Big T is Mom's favorite, she decided to stick around, kick Kevin out of the room. Mom's going to play trivia with us today. Y'all know the rules. We're going to get right to it. We're going to hit our buzzers by calling out our names. Patty sounds like Maddie, so I'm going with Frogger. You going with Elizabeth or with Mom?
Mom.
All right, cool. Big T, let's get to it.
Let's get at it. We all know how to play. But, you know, Matt, the show is blowing up, and so I got to let you know that Big T segment is actually sponsored today.
All right.
Big T segment is sponsored by the drink Tang. It's not just for astronauts anymore, okay? It tastes bad, and it stains your teeth.
Big T, fun fact that I learned yesterday. Did you know Tang was invented by the same guy that
hold
invented...
Hold on, Matt.
Okay.
I got a fun fact for you.
Go for it.
Tang was invented by the food chemist Dr. William Mitchell.
Okay.
Who worked for General Foods between 1941 and 1976. Now, my man was educated, and he's a chemist, but he was straight up white trash, Matty. He not only invented Tang, he also was the inventor of Pop Rocks, Cool Whip, and powdered egg whites.
Ugh.
Yeah. Big T, you and I must read the same periodicals.
I think so. All right, here we go. In which movie was the popular phrase first used, "What you gonna do"?
Frogger. Dirty Harry.
Incorrect. Patty, it's not that tough.
I don't know. I really don't.
Mom.
It's Bad Boys.
Yeah, that wasn't
Mom.
a movie. Wasn't that a TV series?
Yeah.
It was a movie as well. With Sean Penn.
I was going to say Bad Boys.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the number one best-selling film of all time? Or, excuse me, album of all time. Number one best-selling album of all time.
Frogger.
Frogger.
I'm going to go the Beatles, Abbey Road.
Incorrect. Single singer, not a group.
I have no idea.
Mom.
25
by Adele.
Ah, nuts.
Incorrect.
Carlos,
Thriller. You guys are
yeah.
killing it today.
Yeah, we are.
What city in California did Grandma and Grandpa Grace move to?
Frogger.
From Ohio. Frogger. Yes.
They moved to Northridge.
Incorrect. Mom.
Santa Monica, Beverly Hills.
That is correct.
Wait,
That
which
is
one's
correct.
correct?
Santa Monica.
Okay, so I'm giving Mom half a
answer.
point on that.
Okay.
What is the luxury fashion capital of the world?
Frogger. Milan.
Mom.
Incorrect.
Paris.
Mom. That is correct. Where did jazz originate from?
Frogger.
What city? Frogger.
New Orleans.
New Orleans is correct.
Big T, you might try writing these questions down first.
You think so?
Yeah.
Who's the oldest of the 6 Kardashian sisters?
Frogger.
Kim. Incorrect.
Patty.
Patty.
Courtney.
I'm very proud of you, Patty. Nice job.
I'm not.
He's not proud of himself yet.
What country singer sang the song "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue"?
Mom.
Oh, Frogger.
Mom.
Crystal Gale.
That is correct. Yeah. During which inning is "Take Me Out to the Ball"?
Frogger.
Sung? Frogger.
7th.
That is the correct 7th inning.
Yep.
What's the meaning of YOLO?
Frogger.
Frogger.
I'm disappointed in you, Patty.
I know it.
You only live once.
Yes.
That is correct. In banking, what does ACH stand for?
Mom. Automated Clearinghouse.
That is correct. Frogger, put your headphones back on.
Yeah.
What does ATM stand for?
Frogger. Automated teller machine.
Ooh, we got a split on the banking. What character in Duke thinks that's right.
Yeah, right.
What character in WKRP in Cincinnati swore turkeys could fly?
Frogger.
Sales
scum Herb Tarlick.
That is correct.
First and last name, thank you very much.
What city did Grandma Grace move to from Ohio?
Mom. Beverly Hills.
No, from Ohio.
Frogger.
Akron.
Oh,
Akron is
what
correct.
city did
Nice
she-
pull, Matt.
Yeah. Patty, you can jump in here too.
I don't know what that is.
Which of the following does not affect your batting average? A, a fielder's choice, B, a sacrifice fly, or C, a walk-off home run?
Frogger.
Patty.
Frogger.
Fielder's choice.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Mom. Sacrifice fly.
Thank you. Nice, Mom.
What?
What's an Uncle Charlie?
Patty.
Pardon me?
What's an Uncle Charlie?
Oh, Patty.
Patty.
Uncle Charlie. That's a curveball.
That is a curveball.
Nice.
Which fictional country is the Black Panther movie set based
Patty.
on?
Frogger. Ooh.
Patty.
Wakanda.
Wakanda's correct. What's the name of India's movie industry?
Frogger.
Mom.
Frogger.
Bollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Bollywood's correct. Our family had an uncle that served in World War I. His name was Ralph. How did he die?
Mom. He
Mom.
died in an accident in some kind of a gravel pit, but he was an alcoholic due to being mustard gassed.
Mustard gas is correct.
Okay. And with that,
Let's
we've
do
got
it,
to
Dad.
wrap up. You
On
put
that
on a
happy
good show.
note.
On that happy note. And by the way, alcoholism is a disease, but the only one you can get yelled at for having. Big T, we got to wrap it up. I want to thank you for swinging by. I also want to thank our guests, SCVi's IB Coordinator, Senior Advisor, Cheryl Senna, and her graduating seniors, Julian, Emily, Alyssa, Sam, and Marcus. Kevin McDonald and Elizabeth Hopp from the Santa Clarita Senior Center, producer Sarah, engineer Patty, and thank you for listening. And remember, life is hard, but we've all been put here to help each other. What are you doing to help others? Join us again next week and every Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. I am Matt Watson, and this is SCVi, and I lead Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.